along the edge. But there are already tomatoes out here. There are already peppers in here in the garden. So I need to clear this out and then trellis these tomatoes between these two T-posts that I have here with some nylon thread. As you can see, I have some nylon thread still there. So this is going to be less of a tutorial on how to do the trellis itself, but more of a update on the garden, update on what I've been up to that I have not been posting, while you watch me put this trellis together. But I am going to tell you a couple of things about the trellis method that I'm using. Number one, I am using nylon thread, not cotton or anything else. I chose nylon specifically because it is going to be trying to hold up tomatoes, and tomatoes can get pretty heavy, up to a pound per fruit. So I want to come in right at the base and make sure that everything that is the lowest to the ground underneath that lowest leaf, that I get the nylon thread through there. So once I get the nylon thread from one end to the other, I do what they like to call a cinch knot. If you want to use a good one, Siberian hitch knot is a good one to use, just because if you pull on it with tension in the opposite direction of where you have it tied, it will tighten. And I like that for my heavy fruiting things that need support, because if it begins to lean one direction or the other, it will create tension on the knot instead of going slack from the pressure. So, first things first, I have a bunch of things going on in the garden, but it is none of the stuff that I showed you guys in February when I started planting out. I planted a ton of things in February. If you guys want to go back and watch those videos on how to start things from seed, how to germinate, that all went great. What happened after that is that my job started scheduling me all types of closings followed by opens, flip flopping schedules, changing things in the middle of the week. And I ended up not being home enough or awake enough when I got home to take care of any of the plants that I put out there. And so some of them dried out, some of them got too tall and started touching the light and got their leaves singed. Only a couple of them, like their roots, really just like got out of control and I didn't notice. So repotting them was a nightmare. I was damaging people's roots. I really just didn't have the time or energy. You slick kind of have to be a stay at home mom to plants when you plant them by seed. And I did not have the work schedule for that this year. When I started this garden in 2020, I was working from home. And so I had all the time in the world to plant everything by seed. But this year I had to go to the nursery and buy plants. I will definitely be posting the video that I recorded, because I've been recording content, y'all. I haven't been posting anything because I haven't had the time or the energy to edit. But I knew with the summer solstice coming up, if I didn't get the content out to you guys on how to plant out your garden, how to plan things, how to support things once they have grown to a point where they are producing fruit or producing herbs or your aromatics, things like that. You guys wouldn't be able to do it for your fall gardens this year. And so I am going to try to be a lot more transparent on this page. In previous years, I've just been kind of trying to curate content. It has all cute like sound effects and things. But Mimi Cleckley, the lady who is fixing her motherfucking house, has inspired me to just record what it is that I'm doing. I can explain it to you if I see anything that you might have questions on. But overall, I'm really just going to be getting on here and giving y'all the updates on what it is I'm planting, why I'm planting those things, what my care regimens are, showing you how to do all of this in the digital planner. The digital planner is on the Demeter's Way Etsy store, and you can just download that. It is $20, but it is a PDF and it's totally reusable. You can literally either erase the things that are in there or keep a blank copy and start up for the next year. I didn't put it on Amazon because anybody who knows my personal beliefs knows how I feel about Amazon and really all companies that produce billionaires but do not have shares for the people that work their everyday operations. But enough about me and my political beliefs. I'm going to show you guys how to grow your own food. I live in the middle of a city, the city of Chicago, and I have been growing my own food for the past 6 years. And looking at the way that the supply chain is going or has been going this year, the expense of everything, the cost of fuel, it may be more cost effective to start supplementing the food that you have than paying grocery store prices for everything. So if that interests you, come back for the videos that I have, and I'll show you everything I know. Happy gardening. And so here is what they look like, all dolled up and supported. Everybody's along the same line, and we can weave anybody that is not quite tall enough to touch. When they get tall enough, we'll just weave them back and forth, and that way the weight is evenly distributed on each side of the line. No tomato pulls it further or closer than the other,